Hey video game fans, this is Matt, back for another Fallout New Vegas helpful handy guide. I just finished recording the first of this section. I needed to get something to drink, and I wanted to have a tiny little break. So everything is exactly where I left off. Hopefully this loads up without any issues. Good. Okay, so the next section. This is a fun little conflict area. I wonder if I should use Lucky. Why not? So there's blips on this map. Most of these little yellow blips that you see, the little neutral pings, tend to be crows that you can shoot. But this is an interesting little engagement. We got a couple of groups of raiders that are in a fight with each other. There's two out here. As they approach this thing, they get attacked by an organized gang. I always say let them shoot it out. Usually the two people who are approaching end up getting killed. But sometimes they manage to pull off a victory. Usually the last one to show up is heavily armored, so they tend to win. Yeah, they did. This last person's got heavy armor. Didn't help them against me. I'll say this, in terms of your specials, if you put a lot of points into your perception, it creates a larger radius that you can see threats on your HUD, on your little compass down there. It's actually disadvantageous, I think, to have a very high perception because you get these pings on the map. That's a ghoul, by the way. That little red out there and the one that's flickering over there, those are ghouls that are wandering around in the hills. And when you see a red ping, you're thinking, oh, they're really close. I can't even ping it on my gun. They could be a very, very long ways away. If you have a lower perception, you don't have that problem. You're only going to be aware of the stuff that's in your immediate vicinity. So sometimes having a very high level is actually more of an annoyance. I discovered this playing Fallout 3 for that very reason. I kept seeing red things on my compass, and I was like, oh my god, I'm going to get attacked. And it turns out they were like half a mile away. They were no threat to me at all, but it made you paranoid. I love it. Just all good loot. I forgot about this guy. But yeah, you see the ones that are colored by your environment, those tend to be crows, which you can't even manually, you have to target them manually. You can't lock onto them. But if you feel like shooting some defenseless crows, you can do that. Oh, boy. Not even carrying that much. They just must have had a bunch of garbage on them. Cartons of cigarettes are a lot heavier. I forgot in the what do you call it? The hardcore mode. Oh, maybe they're weightless in the other mode too. I don't know. Or not weightless in the other mode. I mean, I'm not sure. Their weight is really light though for what you get. Metal armor's not worth picking up. As you can tell, it's not worth that much. If it was in better shape, it'd be worth a lot of money, but anyway, the hills out there are crawling with ghouls. And here's the thing about ghouls. The ones that aren't armored, anyway, are fairly easy to kill. But none of them carry more than one piece of junk, usually. Maybe they carry a drug, maybe they carry a weapon, maybe they carry some clothing, but more often than not, they'll carry just a random piece of junk. So they're not exactly prime candidates for loot. But this location is. All right. Eddie, you just stay right there. I don't want him taking my kills. Guns and bullets. Loot later. This little place is one of my favorite places to loot too. This also helps you with your bug stomper ability. You can step on all these little tiny nymphs. There's a lot of them. See, you get the bug stomper up there. You gotta, if you stomp on 50 insects, there's a little, you get a little prize. There's stuff that you can do in the base version of this game, but with the DLC they added a lot more. Where are we at here? Under quests. You go under, no, it's not under quests. Challenges, under miscellaneous. Hit Y or whatever it is for you. These are the different challenges, and these are things that you should try to do if you can. Try to kill Mr. House with a 9-iron or Neffy's golf driver. It's not going to be easy, but you can do it. Some of them are cumulative. You're just trying to get a number of kills with a certain weapon. Other ones, they're just different achievement. Kind of like achievements. Stuff that you can do in the game. Basically, after you've played this game a few times, you can completely ignore this on your first playthrough, by the way. But on future playthroughs, this is stuff that gives you kind of objectives and goals. Killing these gang members with these types of weapons. Killing abominations with these kind of weapons. Killing enemies with unarmed weapons. And just trying to meet these different achievements. Gives you a lot of... See, some of these are basic objectives. Like the bug stomper ability is to kill mutated insects. But there are some that were added with the Gunrunner GRA. That's what the Gunrunner download is. A bunch of them were added with that. There's other types of challenges as well. These are more collectible, trying to collect unique stuff. Cripple Caesar's Legion's head with throwing spears. I mean, this is not easy stuff to do. So a lot of times you only have one opportunity to do this. So that's why I don't recommend bothering on their first playthrough trying to do these things. But there is one that is, oops. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, this is a lot of consuming and visiting locations. This one. You're gonna, one of these early videos, probably not this one, but maybe the next video, you'll have an opportunity to do this. At least one of these. You can get one of your 10 Legion kills, but you need to have one of those kinds of weapons to do it. It's a challenge, but you can do it and you can get started. It's going to be hard getting 10 of them. That's why I recommend, if you are interested in these, your first opportunity to do one of these is coming up soon. All right, back to this. So, why do I like this place? Well, you got a Sunset Star bottle cap. You also have brass knuckles. You got a body with a lot of good loot. There's also a carton of cigs. You got a couple of hydras on the desk. Hydras help fix your limbs, so you don't have to waste all of your doctor bags. restrooms to loot. Not that there's anything great in here, but get some things. Oop, that was nothing. There's nothing really in here. But we already picked up the one, I think it was a book. Unfortunately, these guys don't have a lot of good stuff on them, but it's easy to forget to get him to follow you again. Filing cabinets, I don't have a lot of good stuff either. Plenty of coffee cups if you want some coffee. But all in all, pretty good loot for a little location that wasn't hard to, to defeat the occupants. Let's see, nothing I can fix up, so that means Eddie gets to be my pack mule again. Some more stuff I'll either throw away or sell. Okay, this is the first encounter I wanted to go over this playthrough. I'm tempted to take you up to the radiated zone, show you what's up there. So, here we go. Ghoul Country, USA. Oop, I guess I should have reloaded. Disadvantage of revolvers. You get karma for killing ghouls. You're ridding the world of some nastiness. These are feral ghouls. These are not your friendly neighborhood, helpful ghouls. Don't feel bad. You're putting them out of their misery. Ending their suffering. Fight him the old-fashioned way. Regular ghouls aren't so much of a problem. They are fast. They do quite a bit of damage, considering they're fighting melee. Wow. As you can see, they're not... You're hardly ever going to get any kind of weapon or armor out of them because they're basically running around naked. Wow. I'm just going to switch weapons. Here's a nasty little spot that can kill you in a hurry. They don't have very many of these in the game, but they do exist. There are some booby-trapped campsites. And this is one of them that's very dangerous. So there's a motorcycle and a little bed, a radio, or not a radio, some boxes. But there's a mine underneath that traffic cone. By itself, it's going to do a lot of damage, but it's not the damage of the cone so much as the fact that it's going to blow up that motorcycle that's the problem. Whew, lucked out. The mine didn't do that much damage, but this thing got knocked out of the way, so it didn't blow up. If that blows up, it's danger. Very, very bad. It could blow you up in one bit. And if you've been damaged from all those ghoul fights to approach this thing when it happens, it's even worse. It's probably going to kill you. So there's a sunset star. Cap. Go ahead and grab that. And there was the little magazine. Got that. I didn't look. Is there anything in the box? No. Alright. Low-level radiation. One thing I wanted to check. I've been picking up a couple of books. I'm not sure if they're books or magazines. Magazines are fine. We'll use them as we need them. Ah, that was a book. Guns and Bullets was a book. Guns went up 4. Okay, everything else we picked up was a magazine, it looks like. Good. All right. We are heading into a radiated zone against armored zombies who are far, far harder to kill. As you can see, that's a lot of I'm not doing any damage with this weapon. A very low chance of doing anything. Cripple them. That's just one of them. Look how much ammo that took, and there's no better. Loot's not any better on them than the other ones. So this entire zone is heavily irradiated, but there is a building over here worth looting. You just got to draw out those other ghouls. A good long-distance sniper rifle would be better than any of these, but I don't have that right now. Let's see. Let's try some drugs. Don't use drugs, kids. Hopped up on all sorts of stuff. Man, that was totally worthless. He's dead. Just need to worry about the next one. Come on, Eddie, I could use your extra firepower here. Fudge! That's the problem with the hardcore mode, is that it takes time to heal back up. And I wasn't paying enough attention to it. Oh! Well, you got to experience that from two different sides. I swear I disarmed that thing. But unfortunately, that's no good because we didn't get the magazine or the bottle cap. Jeez. Well, this has been a great playthrough. There we go. That's the way you're supposed to do it. Get the magazine. Get all the... See what I'm saying about explosives and really messing up things? This is an encounter where you can completely mess that up and not get any of that gear. I'm trying to think if there's anything up that hill, in that building you need to get now. I don't think there is. I don't think there's anything unique in there. You know where it's at. You saw what happened to me, and that was just against 3 armored ghouls. You pay attention to your stats, you get your armor going and everything, you know, you can survive that. It's not the hardest encounter in the world, but it's a challenge. The radiation and everything else, it's a challenge. Thanks, Eddie. There is a more significant challenge. I said that this was ghoul country, and it is. Mostly out here you're going to deal with its ghouls, but as you get closer to the top of the ridge, there are some pretty big rad scorpions at a nice little camp, and you kind of want to steer clear of that. I'm going to show you how to approach it in a safer way. I prefer to approach it from the NCR camp, not from down here. I'm not saying my way is right, it's just the way I prefer to do it. There, I saved Eddie that time. A pencil. Oh, the number of times they have pencils. Who knew that the best source of pencils in the wasteland was going to be in ghouls? Well, since we're here, might as well take you out to the racetrack too. And Maybe we can have our encounter with the Padre Lake. And in the middle of it over there, there's an actual little racetrack, but we're going to go a different direction. Just wrecked car. Suitcase. Yeah. I've been away for a while. Let's see if it triggers. If it doesn't, then you're just going to have to take my word for it. Oh, doesn't look like it triggered. But that's fine. At some point it will. You'll come back here and you'll get attacked by some powder gangers. Alright, travel across the Ivanpah. The red blips on the map in this case are ants. These are the easier to deal with regular giant ants, the non-fire variety. Bug stumper. Little racetrack with even a few junked cars. There's a nest in the middle, and there's all sorts of bugs out there. But that's not where we're going. Told you about the crows. Shotgun wasn't the best weapon to use there. Alright, now we got some rad scorpions to deal with, and I don't want to waste all my mercenary grenade on them. If you can get through this fight without using all of your explosives and blowing everything to holy hell, it's the better way to fight them. It's easier to kill these scorpions with massive explosives, but if you manage to do it without, you'll find another bright follower sitting here at the base of the gas station sign. This is one of those areas where the challenge of those scorpions will grow as your level goes up. You'll get higher leveled scorpions that are even harder to kill. You might even get more of them. There's good loot here, both out here and in the gas station itself. If you played Fallout 3, where there are ample number of rad scorpions as well, it definitely colored my encounter. Well, the first time I came across this place, it was the first time I saw these giant scorpions, and I was very paranoid because the giant scorpions in Fallout 3 were nasty. And it wasn't until I played this that I realized how weak they were, because there's a lot worse scorpions out there than the giant scorpions. I mean, obviously the albino ones and stuff like that, but yeast, need that for a recipe. If it wasn't for the respawning scorpions in the area, this wouldn't be a bad little place to have as a makeshift base as well, but there's some stuff here you can loot. Another star bottle cap. The Mayor Sten's Journal 2 of 2. first one of those you'll find over in Nipton. But if you want to read it, all it's going to do is tell you that there's a guy that runs the town. This is kind of his insurance policy is what this is. He's stored up some gear and some stuff in a locked container, which I'm going to take from him. So when he bails on Nipton, basically he's going to swing through here, get all of his stuff, and head back to NCR territory. You'll find his fate once we go over to Nipton. Okay. Something else I haven't done yet. I wonder if I can make anything using his... let's see. Multi-tool. Yeah, just recycling stuff. Problem is these other things require skills or materials that I'm not currently carrying. Yeah, I'm carrying around a lot of duct tape and electronics, but I need more than that. That's fine. Doop, 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 doop. Tell you, when we get up to the merchants, we're going to have some stuff to sell. Still overloaded, aren't we? Okay, well that's fine because we're about to go talk to a merchant anyway. Zoop. Again, this is just experience. I know where all this stuff is because I've been here 100 times before. And if we're lucky, the merchants are down here and haven't left yet. They're just heading back now. We'll have to deal with that later.
Hey there, need anything?
Dragon's breath. Pulse, like that too. Hold off on those. Holding off on those for now. So really there wasn't that much. He didn't have any mods. Okay. Come here, Eddie. Come here, Eddie. Come here, Eddie. I'll sell all this, but I'll sell most of it. You travel just a smidgen faster than they do. You will catch them if you're patient. Okay. Now I can sell this stuff. Just to get rid of it. Just to get rid of it. Should have combined it first. I'd get a little better price break probably, but right now I just want to lighten the load. Wait, did I want to sell? No. I don't want to sell that. Not quite yet. I kind of like this white knuckles too. That should be it. I picked that up, but I don't want it. Okay. I'm going to avoid the encounter with the guy at the... Welcome to Mojave Outpost.
Howdy. Howdy.
Hey there.
Okay, nothing else here. So, we got some good stuff here. She has some Nuka-Cola quartz. Behind the bar, there's a duck and cover. That you can take without stealing it. Sunset Star, the Star Sunset. So, Lacey is the merchant. You can deal with her. As far as the stuff that if you want to steal it, I highly recommend just grabbing it, carrying it with you back here, squatting so you're hidden. Well, it's not because you're hidden, but it tells you that you're hidden. Nobody can see you. And go ahead and put it in your inventory. As long as there's nothing detected, you'll be fine if you're really interested in stealing that stuff. You want to talk to her. You also want to talk to Cass. She'll give you some chance to have a follower. She'll give you some objective to go to her campsite outside of New Vegas. There's no real tricks to any of this. These are all things you're going to encounter and you're going to deal with. But yeah, my little handy guide is, yeah, go ahead and take that stuff. But also, she'll set you up with a couple of things. She'll also play games with you, the card game Caravan. But right now we just want to look at trade, see if she's got stuff that you want. She's a pretty good merchant. The only problem is that she's so isolated being out here. Ooh, she's got a gunrunner pistol that's not too shabby, but yeah, that's a big chunk of your money. Oop. There we go. I was looking for one of these. So I sold my old baseball bat because it was a normal baseball bat. We want a GRA baseball bat. She's a good source of mods. I don't have a hunting revolver right now, so... Got the plasma rifles and pistols. Those are decent as well. So then you can view them by type. Just to make sure you didn't miss anything. Lots of ammo. She's a good source of stuff. If I wouldn't have already sold a bunch of junk, she would have been my next person to deal with. Jeez.
Howdy.
Mod, LB, boom. So it increases its condition 50%. But I'm not going to carry it right now. I'm overloaded with too much stuff as it is. Just want to lighten my load. There, that'll be good for now. I'm trying to think if there's anything other little tricks I've learned. Honey mesquite pods, good source of them there. Banana. These should have some sunset sarsaparilla in them. This time I am sure there's no good loot out here. There's no like bottle caps, there's no magazines. Do mission. She'll tell you about the girl on the roof. Talk to her. She'll give you a mission to send you to Nipton and check it out. Come in here. You talk with the officials in here. There's two people you need to know. This guy and the dude with the stash. This guy.
Looks like we got a new.
He'll give you a mission to go get rid of some ants. And this guy is your information. Talk about Prim. One of the convicts is looking to pardon.
One of the powder gangers.
You're going to need to pass a speech test or pay the 200. I recommend just passing the speech test. Let's see, we should have some meeting people for this very reason.
Back it. Prim.
You can also fix up your stuff. It's pretty pricey, but he'll max it out. He's not just going to improve it your piddly little amount. He'll make sure it's in good shape. Get a little information about him too. So,
Patrolling them. Hey.
there's only a couple more things I want to go over in this video. Now, ordinarily, I would immediately I was thinking about just quick running back to Prim and talking with the dude you just liberated. And boom, that part of the mission will be done. And that's what you will do. But since we're here at the outpost, I'm going to show you a couple of other things that are easily missable. And if you don't do it, you're not going to miss anything major. But if you're in, you know, this ridge is not climbable. Giant red scorpion. These guys are worse than the ones that were at the gas station. As you can tell, they are very protective. A lot of armor. And killed me just like that. I hadn't taken any damage. I just looked at it. That was one strike. His strike took my health away. The poison finished me off because I had a couple of little blips. That's all it took.
Evening.
Because I was at full health. So yeah, when I said that rad scorpions, the giant rad scorpions were dangerous, these are the ones I was talking about. Not the slightly smaller ones that were at the gas station. Now, why am I going back here? I'm just going to die again, right? Well, we'll see. Possibly. I'm not too worried about one of them. I'd be more worried if there was 3 or 4 of them up here. Damage resistance. Do I have any psycho? Yeah, I do. Let's try this again. Do a lot more damage with psycho on. Make sure there weren't any behind me. Alright, he's going to come back. Oh, good job, Eddie. I was kind of worried maybe Eddie would get killed by it, but We managed to take care of him between the two of us. Now, the thing is, he's not the only one over here. I told you there was a camp up here. It's down there. Where we're looking for is up here, though. Some graves. Now, I generally give Eddie my shovel because it's it's 3 pounds. I don't want to carry it around. It's only useful for digging up graves. Mentats, ammo. Okay. Not the world's greatest haul, but, is what it is. We're still loaded up on drugs. Let's take some pot shots here. I have a lot of ammo, so I'm not really worried about burning it here. Notice they won't let me target him using VOTS. It says it's out of range. It's obviously he's not out of range. If I can hit him from here. Boom, boom, boom. That incinerator is an energy weapon. That's the only reason why I'm investing in that right now. Okay, what do we got here that's worth picking up? Retention. There's the thing that allows your skill magazines to last 3 times longer. It's useful, but I rarely use it. Another one, since you won't use it previously because the last skill that you picked, or last perk you picked, was the one that gives you your magazine bonus and book bonus. So this is if you're going to do it, this is probably the first time you're going to use it. Entomologist, extra damage against bugs. Obviously, it works against rad scorpions, so that's not a bad thing to get. Travel light. I'm wearing light armor. You can run faster. Useful. I don't usually use bloody mess. It gives you a damage bonus, but it tends to leave just piles of viscera. When you kill people, they tend to blow up. If you love that, that's fun. Fortune Finder, you're going to find more caps. That's nice if you're really strapped for money. Okay, this is your first chance to kind of specialize. You want to be a pistol dude? Here you go. Gunslinger's a good way to go. I might take that. Survival gives you less radiation when you're doing food and drink. I think almost everything that you eat and drink in this game is radiated. Now, some of these things, your level says you can get it, but because of your skills. I have the repair skill, but I don't have a science of 70. I don't usually use this, and I think they said this was borked. I don't think this actually works. If I remember reading about that. This one's really good. You can craft ammo using alternate materials with scrap metal and tin cans. I don't have the repair skill. This is where you might want to go back and change what skills you've picked. If I thought I was closer, if this was 30 or 40, maybe I'd boost it up a little bit more, but obviously it's not, so I'm just going to go ahead and continue. Increase critical hit and reducing your enemy's critical hit when they try to hit you. Again, it requires a 45 in repair. This is why you really... Oh, yeah, this is a good place to give you some advice. This is good for new players, too. There's another one. Requires a survival of 45. Another rank 1. Survival of 70. Well, the ones that are 70, these are things it's going to take some time to build up to. But the ones that are at 45, you could be at right now. What you should do, because I'm on level 6, So anything that's level 1 or 3, I should be able to take, and I'm not able to because my skills aren't high enough. If I wanted these things, I should have been thinking about it beforehand. Otherwise, I'm just going to pick it up at a later date. What you should be doing, though, is going up to whatever is... Let's see. Oh, these are a level. I was looking at rank, not level. Take that back. Okay, these are at level 6. So I should be able to reach these. I don't have explosives 50. I don't have a charisma of 6. Don't have a repair of 70. I don't have explosives 45 or repair 45. One of those isn't there. Guns needs to be 45. Sneak needs to be 70. Endurance needs to be 5. I don't have any of those. And the odds are I'm not going to, especially if these ones that require skills, they're specials, unless you use the one that allows you to boost your specials. Then maybe you could get it. Obviously, my player build this time is not geared towards some of these, so I'm probably not even going to attempt to do them, especially the ones that have high values. What you should be doing, though, this is what I was saying as far as advice goes. Take a look at what's available at the next step, at the next stage. So on level 8, these perks are going to be available. Look at what... This one doesn't require anything. That's going to be available no matter what. But these require skills to be at a certain level. This is where you should maybe think about, okay, I really want that. If you want to be able to pick it up at the earliest possible chance, make sure your guns and melee are at 45. Make sure your guns and explosions are at those levels. Make sure your survival is that way, or you want to build towards it. You don't want to reach level 8 and then find out, oh, I needed to have a barter of 70. I didn't put any points into that. You need to start thinking about that, because remember, you're getting skill points every level. You're only getting these perks every other level. And so by the time you get up to level 8, you've had 8 different chances to up your skills and only 4 chances to get perks. So you need to be kind of aware of that. Look ahead, maybe even write them down, saying, oh, I really want that, I really want that, I really want that, and I really want this. Write down what the prerequisites are, and then make your skill choices, your skill picks, and try to build up to it so you don't get surprised by, oh, I finally got the level that I wanted, and I thought I was going to be able to get this skill, and it turns out I didn't put my points in the right thing, because you're not going to have opportunity to alter that except for this location at this time. I'm not getting real great things. Most of this stuff is what's new right now, just these. It looks like I'm going to be using a pistol for a while, so that's not bad, but it only helps in VOTs. Your accuracy in VOTs is going to go up. That's not bad, though. Although I am using mostly this right now, but that's fine. Okay. I think everything else that's red are probably ghouls. God, I hope they're ghouls. Don't even want that. This little campsite is, again, easily missable. You're never going to get a quest that sends you here. There's not great stuff here. There's not, but then again, there's not. Well, there isn't anything here that's like unique or that you're gonna miss. If you miss this and you don't come here, it's not the end of the world. But there is some stuff here worth getting. Maybe. I know that there's a map. Yeah, here we go. There's the Wasteland Survival Guide. That's a book. So if you're a completionist and you're trying to find all of the books, that's one of them. Another Star Sunset. Shoot. There we are. Sunset Sarsaparilla Star Bottle Cap. Hey, that's hard to say. There are some beds if you need to rest. And then one tier down. Yeah, that's a small red scorpion. And a regular red scorpion. unfortunately, rad scorpions and death claws are about the worst creatures in the game. Why are they the worst? Well, both of them are hard to kill, and neither one of them give you crap for salvage. They're just not worth it. They're just not worth it. I mean, it's okay to kill something that's really hard to kill if you think you're going to get a big prize out of it, but they're just not worth it. The other thing I liked about this hillside is that it does give you a good opportunity to loot these Nevada agave. That's I don't remember what they're used for. I think it's used for a drink at campfires. And this is one of the areas that's got a lot of them in the hills here. If you look around, because you haven't seen them so far, have you? No, you're not going to find them around Good Springs. You'll find them around the hillside over here, so it's worth getting a handful of those. There's a bunch of them located up on the hills. You know, they look like, you know, like little stars on the ground. So you get up high and you look for that little star-shaped thing. So this is one of the 2 locations I wanted to go over. Oh, actually 3 locations that I want to go over while I'm here. Again, I'm not going to take you through the different missions for the people up at the outpost. You'll do them. They're good missions. They'll get you some experience. They'll get you some good stuff. I'll do it off stream or off when I'm not recording. Like I said, some of them I can do in my sleep, it seems like. They're good little missions that aren't going to tax you, and there's really no advice I can give you. I mean, you're going to go and kill some ants. You're going to go... Now, the one to Nipton, that's different. That's a whole other ball. It's not that mission that I'm concerned about. It's the trip to Nipton and what you're going to do in Nipton, and that's going to be its own video. Nipton's got a few little tricks that I like. Okay, first off, the next thing I'm going to show you, the next place I'm going to show you is particularly nasty. And it's going to be your first encounter with a new creature in the Mojave Wasteland that did not exist in Fallout 3. In fact, I'm going to save the game. That should be an indicator of how threatening I find this. Don't think I can get up on top of there, can I? No. Come on. Where are you at? Ooh, they're not here. Why aren't they here? That's what I want to know. Oh, jeez. Hollowed out rock. I told you I don't know where all of them are, but the ones I do know, I've memorized. Okay, they're here. They're just not where they usually are located. This little cave, Morningstar Cavern, don't want to go in there. It's actually a pretty good place to loot. There's some good stuff. I think there's a unique weapon in there, actually. This place should be crawling with little nasty, what are they called? Death stalkers? But they're not here. That's the cavern. Those are geckos down there. Those are green geckos. Oh, there he is. Night Stalkers. I call them Death Stalkers. Night Stalkers. For some reason, they're not here. Individually, they're not hard to kill. The problem is usually this thing has got like 6 or 7 of them right by the entrance to this thing, and I don't know why they're not here. It's just like the blind deathclaw not being in its location. Somehow these things didn't spawn in. Believe me, when you go inside there, that is a Night Stalker den. They're nasty. I do believe there's a unique weapon in there, and there are ways of fighting them in there, but do I want to? My fear is that I can go in there and I'm gonna have to encounter them and kill them, and then I'll come outside and all the things that were supposed to be here before will be here. But I'm gonna save the game again. I'm not worried about Night Stalkers one-on-one. Usually they're not hard to kill. They're just really fast, and in numbers, their attacks will do damage and their poison will damage you even faster. So it's you just don't want to fight a bunch of them at once. They like fighting in gangs. See? Didn't hit my medics and all that stuff when I came in. I should have. It's okay. Live and learn, right? I got cat eye on. All I need... Turbo might be a little overkill, but... Little Psycho. Just in case I have some built up rads. Some Psycho and some Med-X. And I'll be fine. Yeah, I'm going to switch weapons. The fire, the damage is over time, and it kind of sucks. Med-X. I'll get through this, don't worry. Not afraid to die. Why is Eddie over there? I don't know why he spawns right into the middle of this place. That's the den mother. Oof. No wonder I'm having a hard time killing her. Thank you. Thank you, Eddie. Man, I gotta learn to heal. So I'm playing on hard. This is hard. The same stuff over and over. Yes, I should have this all pinged on my... I'm dead. can't do anything when you're backed up against a friggin' wall. Hey, this is a good thing to show people because it definitely shows that this is not something you should take lightly. I would not choose to do this early, but I kind of want to show you what's in here. It makes for a good video content. I just wish frickin' Eddie would stop spawning into the middle of the damn cavern. It might have something to do with the save. Should be able to handle whatever's left in here with a gun. How you doing, Eddie? Now all my drugs are running out. Hydra. See anything red? Okay. Why all the fuss? Body with some decent stuff. Duffel bag. Decent stuff. Another body. Oh, he's chewed up. He's not lootable. I think there is a unique weapon in here, but maybe I'm wrong. Do a thorough search, of course. Nope, looks like more remains. There are so many of these little caves and dens with critters in them. A lot of them have unique weapons, like unique versions of weapons. And I sometimes forget which ones are which because there's so many of them. There are dens for almost every kind of critter in the game, and so trying to keep them all straight and all sorted is sometimes a challenge. Now maybe there is one in here. Maybe it got knocked around, but I didn't see anything back there that was a unique weapon. Nothing I can really combine. Where you at, Eddie? Came out of that without too bad. He was helpful. He can be helpful in fighting. But I don't like risking him. There's too many fights where he can get killed. And then you're out. Eddie is the most important one. The other followers, if they die, they die. I'm not going to cry over them. But, they do have nice little side missions and stuff. But Eddie, he's your living backpack. He carries stuff for you. He can fight for you. You can upgrade him thanks to the DLC content. He can be improved even more. But his ability just to carry the excess stuff is just really, it's a thankless task that he performs for you. This is what I should have been doing anyway. I mean, why can't he carry all this extra stuff? I'm not using it for anything. Hello? I hear you growling. Just to make sure nothing got blasted around. Nope, I don't think I missed anything. I don't think there's anything here to miss. They're usually pretty obvious with the weapons because, again, things can get hidden lost in the terrain. I am concerned that when I come out of here, there's going to be a bunch of them waiting for us. All right, well, looked out. All right, got that out of our system. Back to safe grounds. If we're doing this during the daytime, the little merchant will come out here and hang out. Okay. I think that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to get these other missions set up. I'm going to do the missions for the NCR dude. Get the other missions established so they'll send me over to to Nipton. And the next video will be about the travel over there, some of the little things. Looting the town of Nipton is one of the more fun things to do. There's a lot better loot there than there was in Good Springs. And also Good Springs feels like you're stealing from people who are pretty good people. You don't have that problem in Nipton. Nipton's a pretty unsavory little town. But that's where I'm going to leave it. I think we did a good job of covering this area. I showed you some hot spots. Definitely showed you where some dangerous spots are. I died trying to approach the radiation zone. I died fighting giant scorpions outside the camp. That one, I can't remember the name of the camp. And you saw me die a bunch of times fighting off against Night Stalkers. So hopefully you get an appreciation for how dangerous some of these spots are. I would highly recommend avoiding all three of them in this early state of the game. Now, after you get to level 10, 12, you got some good stats, you got some good weapons and armor, hey, go at it. There's some stuff to be found in these places. But this early in the game, they should probably be avoided unless you know what you're doing. I know what I'm doing, and I still died. So let that be your lesson to you. Hopefully you're finding this content informative. Maybe you're an experienced player and you already know a lot of this stuff, but maybe I'm showing you something you didn't know. If there's anything I'm missing, if there's something that, ooh, hey, I found this little thing maybe you don't know about, hey, share it in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. Thanks for watching. I'm going to keep doing these videos. I don't know exactly how long. I think I'm going to keep going. I definitely want to go until I get to Vegas and some of the surrounding areas around there. So my guess is each one of these videos is going to last. This one's a little on the long side. I could have stopped it earlier. I'm going to do one video going to Nipton, another video going to the 88, or to Novak, I mean, and then another video going to the 88, maybe a video going out to the dam. I don't know. I'm trying to do these in the areas of the map and trying to move around as I go. So we'll see. Thanks for watching.